Hey, everybody. My name's Michelle Stuchel, and I'm a Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus. And all that means is that I've helped a whole lot of people in their health and happiness journeys. And thank you so much for joining us and taking time out of your busy schedule on a Wednesday night to hear our stories and learn about how Plexus and how it could potentially help you. I am 51 years old. I'm still a little shocked by that. My birthday was Monday. And I am in the best health of my life. And I feel like life just keeps getting better and better. But if you rewind 10 years, I couldn't say that. I was overwhelmed, exhausted, stressed out, popping pills, awful allergies, not sleeping, PCOS, drinking coffee and tea all day long just to make it till bedtime. Gosh, what else did I have? Yeast issues, inflammation like crazy, craved sugars and carbs all the time, psoriasis on my elbows. I mean, I just never felt good. And I had spent so much time, money, and energy on things that didn't work until Plexus. And what I never realized is that all of my seemingly unrelated issues had the same roots of poor gut health, blood sugar imbalance, and inflammation. And that if I gave my body what it needed in best in class plant-based supplements, that my body could balance itself out. And I could get my life back. And that's my story. And then because of it, my whole life and everything from my family has changed. So that's a little bit of my story. And now who am I handing it off to, Rachel?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Do you want to go, Denise?
Sure. I like
All
to
right.
go in the beginning of things. So perfect. Hi, everybody. I'm happy to be on the call and share my story with Plexus and how I got involved through Rachel. She's amazing. We served together Calvary Kids, Calvary Plantation. And shortly after I started serving, I was getting sick a lot in a short period of time. I was getting sinus infections, colds, viruses, you name it. It was very frustrating. I was on multiple rounds of antibiotics in pretty like a 6 month period. Also steroids. A lot of times antibiotics weren't working. In addition, I was really breaking out. I've been breaking out my whole life. My face was a mess. Really, it was horrible. I was really insecure about it. I was sluggish. I didn't have a lot of energy. I didn't know what was going on. Coffee wasn't working. Sleep wasn't working. I was also craving like everything. I would just eat. And I think Rachel noticed because I was not able to serve as much. She knew something wasn't right. So she was like reaching out to me, checking in, which I thank her for. I told her what was going on. So she shared a little bit about Plexus at that time. I was open-minded, but it wasn't the time at that time. But then I went on like a late honeymoon with my husband. So 2 weeks before that, I got really sick. I was on antibiotics. They weren't working. I was freaking out. I went on another round of antibiotics. And I was on those during my honeymoon. I was not feeling well. I wasn't able to scuba dive because my sinuses were so bad. So I signed up right after, like in February. And I'm just in the beginning of my journey, like with healing my gut. I didn't realize it was an issue, really. I knew like I was dealing with this stuff for so long, but I didn't realize I needed to heal this until I really started seeing the changes. So now, since then, my acne is gone, which is a huge shock to me. That's like my number one thing that I'm excited about. I'm not getting sick. I don't have inflammation, bloat any longer. That was something else I was dealing with. Cravings are gone. I don't crave things anymore. Even wine. I would crave a glass of wine here and there. I have a lot more energy. So again, less coffee. I love coffee though. So, but again, I didn't know I needed it. I'm so happy that Rachel reached out. She saw my struggle and she was bold enough to talk to me about something that really has helped me. And it's actually helped her too. So I was happy to hear her story as well. But yeah, I don't have a lot of time, but I just want to share a little bit about my story and I'm looking forward to hearing everybody else's.
Awesome. Thanks, Denise. Love hearing your story. And I love that you were so willing to talk with me. And yeah, you took the plunge. So look at you. It's pretty amazing to see everything that's happening with you. And I'm happy to see your journey unfold. So I'm a lot like Denise in the sense that like I had a really good friend that reached out to me that noticed as well. So I had met Michelle in April of 2019, and we knew each other from the sense of what we were already doing with homeschooling, and it looked like she might be moving to our area. So we were instant friends. We hit it off. And so it's just interesting of what was happening in my health journey when I was meeting Michelle. So I had a history of IBS, endometriosis. I had reproductive issues going on just at a very young age as well. So by the time I had met Michelle, I had already had this whole thing going on, right? And then fast forward a couple months later in January of 2020, does anyone remember 2020? Right? Yeah, so I had a health journey going on during 2020 where I ended up in the hospital January of 2020, 2 different times with stroke level blood pressure, and they were trying to figure out what in the world was going on. So through a series of events and working on getting to the root cause of what was going on, my heart was actually absolutely fine, but I was dealing with some other health issues that were the root cause of making my blood pressure go through the roof. So I had learned a few things about my body couldn't process histamines and so forth. And I was working on my gut health. So I had been on a journey for a while of working on my gut and balancing my hormone levels and whatnot. So fast forward to August of 2022, because Michelle had been such a great friend and helping me and staying in touch with me on this journey, I just said, hey, Michelle, it's time. It's time for me to switch over to Plexus because I was looking for simplicity. I had been on so many supplements, and there was 2 supplements in specific, and Michelle's going to talk about them in a moment, but it was our probiotic and our magnesium. And I needed to switch over to that because with our probiotic, I was taking 2 different things that our probiotic could accomplish in one supplement. And then the magnesium, which is our BioCleanse, it was just as effective as what I was taking before, but it was gentler on my system. So that was for me, I needed simplicity in my life. And so I made that switch to Plexus. And of course, I get to spend almost every day with Michelle, as we connect and we tweak and we customize it to the needs of my body. And I'm continuing on my health journey of healing my gut and balancing my hormones. And then I get to help my friends as well, just like Denise. And as we walk this journey out of her health as well. So grateful for Michelle and her being bold and sharing with me as well. So it's helping to change my journey and as I continue to heal. So thank you, Michelle.
Well, you're welcome. I mean, it's amazing because I think about what my life would have been like now if Brittany had not shared with me. And let's just say it would be a train wreck going south because I was not doing well and it was getting worse. And because she reached out to me and shared with me everything about my life and really for my family has changed. So let's, we all do that. We all share things that we love, whether it's a restaurant or a dry shampoo, wherever you shop or whatever it is. We share things that we love. So let me tell you about these products and why we love them. I'm going to start with our combo, the bedrock of everything we do, because Plexus really is founded in gut health. And we are experts in microbiome and the field, microbiome, that is the term for your gut health. And it is estimates anywhere between 70 and 80% of your immune system is in your gut. And gut health is linked to almost anything. I mean, you can Google almost any ailment that you have or you can think of with the words and gut health or and blood sugar imbalance or and inflammation, and scores of studies will come up. And our core package, the Triplex, which is 3 products, deals with those very issues of gut health, improving your gut health, reducing inflammation, and balancing your blood sugar. Okay, so the first product in our Triplex, you've probably seen it, seen it on our post. It's our pink drink. It comes in a little stick pack just like this. And yes, they are different sizes because we have 2 different formulations. But what the pink drink does, Slim, is that it balances your blood sugars. Okay, now before you say, but I'm not diabetic, I don't need that. That's what I thought too, but everybody needs blood sugar balance. Blood sugar balance is connected to cardiac health, blood pressure issues, anybody, cholesterol issues, anybody, sleep, your mood, your fat metabolism, hormones. The number one medicine prescribed every year in America is either Synthroid or the generic brand. Any hormone issue is directly related to hormone balance, like thyroid, PCOS, female or male. Males have hormone issues too. Let's see, cardiac health, fat metabolism, your energy levels. It all goes back to blood sugar balance. And here's the thing, even if you are eating clean, we all need supplementation to keep our blood sugar regulated because we live in 2023 and we all have stress in our lives, and cortisol, the stress hormone, affects your blood sugar. There's great science behind it. You can look it up, or I can send you a video about insulin resistance and cortisol. But just know that even if you're eating clean, you still need supplementation to balance your blood sugar because we all have stress, and stress affects your blood sugar. So it comes in a stick pack just like this, and you just mix it with a bottle of water and you drink it once a day. If you want it to help with losing weight, you drink it 30 minutes before a meal or on an empty stomach. Don't worry, if you don't need to lose weight, you're not going to lose weight. That's the thing about this. It actually balances your blood sugar. So people that need to maintain will maintain, those that need to gain will gain, and those that need to lose will lose. And it comes in two different formulations. The first is the microbiome activating formulation. Now, this is also a gut health product, because along with balancing your blood sugar, it also has prebiotics in it. And prebiotics are the food for the good bacteria in your gut. Bacteria needs food just like we do to stay alive. And this has a proprietary blend of prebiotics to feed and activate the bacteria in your gut. So that's the microbiome activating. And then this bigger one, the first time I ever saw it, I started laughing because it was so much bigger. This is our hunger control formulation. And this does not have the prebiotics in it, but it does have dietary fiber to act more of a hunger suppressant to keep you feeling full longer. Again, both balance your blood sugar. And so you can expect over long term, right? These are all plant-based, non-chemical, nothing artificial, non-GMO. You can expect to feel good. Over time, you're going to notice subtle changes like waking up feeling more rested. And that's the pink drink. And increased all those benefits that I listed before. Okay, the second product in our triplex is our probiotic that Rachel mentioned, our ProBio 5. And this is unlike any other probiotic on the market for two primary reasons. And I'll do this quickly. The first is that it's stable. It's, for lack of a better term, the bacteria is freeze-dried, even though it's not freeze-dried. It's stable, so the bacteria will make it to your gut intact. Have any of you ever bought a probiotic that you've had to refrigerate? Anyone? Well, guess what? It means it's heat activated. So as soon as you put it in your mouth, the bacteria begins to die. So as you're swallowing it, it begins to die, and it doesn't get all the way to your gut. Ours is stable and will make it to your gut intact. 5 strains of bacteria, broad spectrum, the most researched and beneficial broad spectrum bacteria. The second reason why ProBio 5 is different than any other probiotic on the market is because it has antifungal enzymes to break down the biofilm, the exoskeleton of yeast. Okay, quick science lesson. For gut health, you need to populate your gut with good bacteria, but you also need to kill off the yeast overgrowth. Okay, anybody heard of leaky gut? Leaky gut syndrome? I never knew what that was pre-Plexus. Well, yeast, everybody is born with a little bit of yeast when they're born. And the only reason researchers have determined that we have it is because, get ready, it decomposes our bodies when we die. Okay. So we've all popped a Tylenol, had a Diet Coke or a Light and Fit yogurt or a Tums or, whatever. Because of the culture we live in, we don't eat fermented foods. All of our foods are processed, sugars and everything. The delicate balance of gut flora is very off. Well, it allows yeast to proliferate. And so what does yeast do? It just acts as yeast does, and it begins to decompose you while you're alive. chewing the intestinal lining in your gut, poking holes through it. So the digestive juices, food particles can seep into your bloodstream, and wherever that lands, it wreaks havoc. That's why that's leaky gut. Everything leaks from your gut into your bloodstream. So to heal that, you need to kill the yeast, okay? And yeast has that biofilm, kind of like the hard shell of a cockroach or a shrimp. This breaks that down and kills the yeast. So this is the best. It is totally disgusting, Kelly. But there's hope, because this is it's the most effective on the market at a fabulous price point. Okay. Now, as Probio 5 is killing off the yeast, as it dies off, it releases over 80 different toxins in the body. Got to get all that out. This is a disgusting analogy, but bear with me, it's very effective. Probio 5 is cleaning the toilet, okay? The BioCleanse is flushing the toilet, okay? The BioCleanse is a gentle magnesium supplement. Now, before you get anxious, this is white pants approved, okay? This is not going to make you run to the bathroom. This is a cleanse on a cellular level. And what magnesium is necessary for over 300 chemical processes in the body. And it also has vitamin C and bioflavonoids. And what this also does is helps to oxygenate the blood, and disease cannot live in an oxygenated environment. So BioCleanse really is, like Rachel said, gentle on the system, but also a powerhouse to help rid the body of toxic waste. And most Americans have between 9 and 14 pounds of toxic waste build up in their guts. This helps these two work together to get rid of that. So that is our triplex, these 3 products. That's what I started with. And then we also have some other products. And the one that I really wanted to highlight is the X Factor Plus, okay? Now, X Factor Plus is a methylated multivitamin with aloe. And all you need to know about that is that it is formulated in a way that your body can absorb. Most of the, unless a vitamin is methylated, many people cannot absorb them. There's a whole lot of science behind that, but this also has aloe in it. So you're going to absorb 400 times more of the nutrients and the other products you're taking. So the triplex plus X Factor Plus, really, it's what we call the Fab Four. This ramps up your results, and basically it's straight nutrition to your cells. Most of us are nutrient deficient, and this is the way to fill in all the gaps left by our diet and our food sources. Some of you saw I did drink the Hydrate already. Yes, so it is really that good. We have many more products that meet the needs of your family, like our electrolyte drink, Hydrate, with no added sugar, with vitamin C, electrolytes, zinc. We just released a sleep aid that's all natural, great for you, with proprietary blend. And one of the things I just love about Plexus is that it's a solution-based company based on market research. Really, truly, everything we do is based on microbiome research, bringing solutions to market. And again, my life has changed. And it's not just in my health, because, I think back to when Brittany shared with me, I was a homeschooling mom, we were a 1-income family, and we have 3 girls. And 3 girls are expensive. And we like to travel, we like to do all the things, but we also didn't want to sacrifice me being at work. We didn't want to have somebody else raise our kids in daycare. And, so we sacrificed for me to be at home. Well, what Plexus has afforded me, I am now the 2nd highest rank in the company, earning a 6-figure income. And no longer does my husband have the sole burden for our family, but I'm also able to do things that we never would have been able to before. My paycheck pays for our girls to go to a classical Christian private school. Because of my income, we took our whole family to New York at the beginning of this month. I'm taking my 2 older girls to Mexico with me on an all-expense paid luxury trip in September. And here's the thing, it's not just what the money has afforded. It's about hope for people and seeing the things that are in your heart come to pass. Because here's our heart for you. Our heartbeat is for you to be and do and have all that God has for you. And here's the thing, it's really hard to do that when you don't feel good, you don't have energy, or you don't have the resources to do what God's put in your heart. And I'm here to tell you that Plexus is an answer and could be a vehicle for both of those things. So We are so grateful for you. We've got some great specials going on this month, $10 off. And we're so grateful that you took time out of your busy schedule. I'm sure there's a lot more we could share with you, but I hope you'll get back in touch with the person that invited you to this call. Let them know what you think. And we really cannot wait to see your journey unfold, because truly, that's our prayer for you, that you would be and do and have all that God has for you, both physically and financially. And I know that, who knows, maybe Plexus will be as much of a blessing to you as it's been for us. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Appreciate your time.